gonna work and then I'm gonna work. And that's my fucking life. So I have written while being a full-time student and while working part-time, but I've never tried to do writing as a full-time employee. And that is what I'm doing this summer. Typically, that is what I'm doing until July 3rd. July 3rd is my deadline for finishing the second draft of my book, which is initials are TS. It is a YA sapphic rom-com Shakespeare retelling. I would like to finish the second draft by the 3rd of July. For like a few reasons. One being that weekend is the 4th of July weekend and I'm spending it with friends and I'm going to be doing a lot of fun things like that. So I'm going to be socializing a lot and having a good time then. And also I want to take kind of July off. I have been working on writing goals and stuff for basically all of 2025. I only really took March off and January. And other than that, I've been working on this book. So I'd like to take a month off. I also really want to get this to my friends, my lovely writer friends, to read for the summer. So like it's officially summer. I'm sorry guys, it's like 80 degrees outside in summer. That's what's going on. So I am currently on chapter 21. I haven't started it, I just have my notes. I'm on chapter 21 out of 36. It's either 36 or 32. I don't remember what my outline says and I can't pull it up right now because I'm not on Wi-Fi. That means I have like 15 chapters left to do. A couple more like first drafty chapters and the rest are like revising chapters, which are much easier, and especially like when things aren't changing that much, go by. What I'm doing today, I had a meeting this morning. I had like a full staff meeting. It was at 8:30. It was 2 hours. And now I have actually a little bit of a break because my boss was like, I actually don't want you working 12 hours today. And I was like, thank you so much, actually. So I have a little break before I have to actually go back to work closing. And then I have work 9 to 5 tomorrow. And then I have off on Friday. I work 4 to 7 on Saturday and I'm off Sunday. So I have like a really good stretch of time. I'm gonna be spanning this. Did I tell you what day it is? It's the 25th of June. It's the 25th of June. I have 8 days to finish this book. I have 8 days to write 15 chapters. And I'm either going to be writing before work when I work closing or after work when I work opening, which are my 2 shifts. Those are my 2 options of shifts, except for the one day I'm working like 3 hours. And it's like, but yeah, so I'm going to start on chapter 21. I was about to tell you the title. My chapter titles are really cute in this book because they have a theme and I really like it. This kind of has like a part that's a rewrite and then a part that's, I have like 2 hours. I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna sign into the Wi-Fi that on the days that I have off, I will be able to just really crush it. And I'll really be able to power through this book, but this is going to be my life for the next week and a half. So welcome. Signing off for day 1 of working full-time and writing full-time. Is that what I'm calling this? I don't know. Of writing a book while working full-time. That's what I'll call it. Signing off day 1, June 25th. I wrote like 3,000 words. Chapter 21 is done. It's like 3,000 words. I gotta go to work. Hi friends, I was going to vlog yesterday because I was like, oh, I'm vlogging every day for this like weekly week in my life, working 9 to 5, reading a book as well. You know what? The reality is that yesterday I worked from 9 to 5. I don't work 9 to 5 every day, but I worked from 9 to 5 yesterday. And I got home, I ate dinner. I got home, I ate dinner, and then I went to sleep and I slept for like 13 hours because I was really tired. So didn't write yesterday, which is fine. Today I don't have work, which is really nice. So I've been working on the chapter. I'm working on chapter 22. I think I probably said it's a new chapter. I kind of did a version of it in the first draft, but it's very different now because it's like more aligned with the original play and it's very fun. I like it a lot. I basically had to like plan it, figure that out, and then I wrote it. It's like noon. I don't know, long story short, it's like noon. And I spent like 2 hours doing that, and I'm not done with it. So my goal today is to get to chapter 25. This is, like I said, this is the only like big chapter that I had to write from scratch until the end. So it should be smooth sailing from here. I have no problem first drafting. Obviously I wrote the first draft of this book in 28 days or in 26 days or whatever. So it's not a problem. It's just like I'm also in the mind of the second draft, so it's kind of hard. So I'm almost done with that. I think it will be like, usually my first draft chapters are kind of on the shorter side, so I think it will be like 2,200 words. That means I'm adding like 500 more words. And then I'm gonna do chapter 23 and chapter 24. And I think those will be good. as well. And that's the only thing I'm doing today. Tomorrow I have work for like 3 hours, which is really silly. I don't think I have this shift again in the foreseeable future, but I have a 3-hour shift tomorrow. It was not supposed to be this nice today, and I'm kind of like annoyed. I mean, I do obviously have to get this writing done, but I was like, oh, like maybe on my days off I'll go to the beach, and that definitely will be a thing once I'm not writing this book. I tried a new curl cream mousse in my hair, and I'm not sure if I like it yet, but I did it yesterday. Today I like actually like washed my hair, but I did it yesterday and I just like wet my hair and I put it in, and I actually got a compliment from an old lady at work. A grandma was like, oh my god, I love your hair, it's so wavy. And I couldn't tell if she was being serious, but I did get a lot of compliments yesterday. I should have showed you. I was wearing a really cute outfit, a really cute little sweater, and this one grandma was like, oh my god, that's so cute, that looks like something I would wear. And I was like, me being a grandma, I love it. Hi friends, it is Saturday. I'm losing track of days. It is Saturday. I'm sitting down to work. It's already 9. I mean, it's only 9. It's only 9. I've been working on this for a half hour. I wanted to say I'm working on chapter 24, so I didn't get to chapter 25 yesterday. But I wanted to mention that I'm now essentially like 59,000 words into this draft. And as you may or may not recall, the first draft of this book was only 56,000 words. I don't know. I wanted to like just mention that like I'm over. So I am 3 or 4 chapters away from Act 3. So I'm still in Act 2, and it's already longer. The book is longer already in Act 2. Not even in Act 3 yet. It's already longer than the first draft. So I want to mention that because I don't know. I think it's like hard to like measure progress when you're revising and like when you're rewriting, because that's like kind of a lot what I'm doing right now. It's hard to like measure progress, and I think that it is very telling that I'm on chapter 24 of draft 2, and the chapter that I'm looking at that I'm like kind of rewriting is chapter, what the fuck did I say? Chapter 19. Yeah, lots. It's actually just lots. It's actually just lots. It's hard for me because I'm like, oh, I wrote this first draft so quickly, and obviously this the second draft is taking me so long, and I just am like, no, it's so much more work. So I'm just kind of like having to keep reminding myself that. I'm going to get to chapter 27 today. If I get to chapter 27, I think I can get to chapter 28. I think I can get to Act 3 today. I'm setting my expectations high. I am also realizing that I'm not gonna be able to write on the 3rd. So actually we're gonna be cutting this off at the 2nd of July. So we're locking the fuck in. Oh, I forgot to mention, I watched a bootleg of Spring Awakening last night, and it was so great. I don't know if I've watched this exact YouTube video that I found. Things I did for Spring Awakening. Like the quality was so bad, but I have like I'm listening to a lot of musicals right now, and I'm just like loving musicals and loving music and loving life. And I just had to watch Spring Awakening last night. I also started The Bear season 3 because season 4 came out, and I was like, oh, okay, so now it's time. When I actually thought I was gonna pass out, and it turns out I was just hungry. Hi friends. So I'm done with my writing for today. I haven't got to work yet, but I got to chapter 27. I wrote like 6,400 words today, something like that, something crazy. I didn't change a lot in chapter 26 because I really like chapter 26. I think that's kind of like the thing with like the last third of this book. Not a lot's changing, which is good because a lot changed in the beginning and in the middle. I'm just really tired, and I'm like, oh, gotta go to work for 3 hours. But it's gonna be a really slow 3 hours because the end, it's like the closing shift, and like it's slow. It's slow in there. Feeling good about my progress because I have another day off tomorrow. Sorry, I swallowed my words there. Which I could probably get, I'm gonna get to chapter 31. Can we do it? I think I can. I find the end, it just goes by so fast. Like once you get, and this is also kind of how I am with like reading too. Like once I get to like 60%, 70% of a book, I am like speeding through it. And I feel the same way with my writing. Like I feel like once I get to, not the climax yet. I'm almost there. I'm like 1 chapter away. I'm like 1 chapter away at the climax. When I get there, it speeds by. It absolutely speeds by. And yeah, I think I'm really setting myself up for success these like lovely 3 days that I'm not really working that much. Oh, I forgot to tell you what I'm reading. I'm reading Sunburn right now, and it's already in my bag for work. I might actually read it now. I'm reading Sunburn right now, which is like a literary fiction coming of age queer sapphic book, and I'm reading like all queer books because it's Pride Month. And this is probably the last book I'm gonna read this month, and I'm really liking it. I'm really liking how it's written, and I love like the yearning and the longing and the first love. Like I think it's like very different from like this book because it's like, this is contemporary and it's fun. It's not literary, but I think I'm taking a lot of inspiration from it, and I think I'm getting a lot out of it, and I'm really enjoying it. But I have an update because I've been writing, but the only like outside world thing that I'm doing today is I'm going to see Megan 2.0. Can't fucking wait, by the way. The thing about me is I cannot watch reality TV like a normal person. I don't know, like I feel like people can have like a normal relationship with reality TV. I personally cannot. I have to consume it so quickly, and it does consume my entire being for a little bit, and my whole personality. And so when I saw that there was a new season of The Ultimatum Queer Love and there were 7 episodes out, I did watch all of them. So that has kind of been what I've been doing, like in my breaks in the morning. I watched it last night and I finished it. So now we're good. Until July 2nd, I don't have to think about it. Yeah, but I did a really interesting thing today, and that was I took, this is my like planning notebook for this book. I took chapter 27, 28, and 29, and I actually combined them because they were all like these really short climactic chapters. They were like, this is the climax. And then I was like, why can't the climax actually just be one fucking chapter? You know, and the Dark Night of the Soul is like starts at that point. Why would I make that all separate chapters? Because I like, the only reason why I broke it up is it's like a fun, is I like short chapters. And it's kind of like a fun, it's like, oh, surprise, shock moment, that the secret is revealed. That's the only reason why I broke it up. But I was just doing it and I combined 2, and then I was like, I'll just combine all 3. So I've done 1 chapter today, but I combined 3 chapters. So I'm actually happy about that. Well, it would mean I have less to do if I did 3 chapters today, but am I counting this as 1 or am I counting this as 3? I don't really know. The next chapter is kind of a near chapter because what it was in the previous draft is no longer relevant. So it's gonna be different. Probably do a little outline of that. What I really want to do today, I can get that chapter done, probably. But what I really want to do is I want to plan the epilogue, because I think the ending of this book has always kind of been up in the air because I didn't write it in the first draft. The thing about me is I didn't write the ending in the first draft. I'm gonna need to write it for the first time. But also because the way that the play ends, that I'm using as inspiration, that's inspired, that's the source material or whatever, the retelling, it has an ending that's not typical romantic comedy ending. I've always been like, no, but I'm gonna have like a nice happy ending. It's gonna wrap things up and it's gonna be classic, and it's gonna be classic rom-com vibes. But I do think I kind of want a hint of that. It's not even an unhappy ending, but I do think I want more of a hint of a nod to the play in the ending, and I want to figure that out today. Hi friends, my camera was dead yesterday, so I couldn't film an update, but I did write 1 chapter. I had to write that new chapter 28, I think. But I slept in today, and this is like the longest I've slept in on a day when I have work, and I'm just gonna like accept that. But I need to lock in. I only got 1 chapter done yesterday because I was writing a new chapter, and I was like, it's hard, it's a different brain, it's not working. So I'm going to sit down for these 2 hours and work on the next 2 chapters. They're both rewrite chapters. I think that's like the problem, is like I'm kind of like, I'm so close to the finish line that I'm like, I'm done. I've actually decided that I'm done. Well, you may think that it's a different day than the clip I recorded, I don't know, 2 hours ago. It's the same day. It is Tuesday, July 1st, my original deadline for this draft. I just finished chapter 29. I work in Google Docs, and I know like I have Scrivener. I have to let you know, I'm a writer and I do have Scrivener, but I don't really like the interface of it that much. I haven't played around with it that much, honestly. Like I've only really used it for like screenwriting stuff, and that was like back in college, so I don't really remember that. I wrote chapter 29, and it's about time for me to leave. I do leave early for work just because of like the nature of the busyness of the town in which I live and finding parking, so that I don't get stressed and that I don't get late and that I don't lose my job. I still have 3 more chapters and an epilogue. So I'm wondering, tomorrow I actually go in an hour earlier than I go in today. I work an extra hour. I work 8 hours tomorrow. And then Thursday I have work at 9. So tomorrow I won't have to sleep in as I did today. I might try to write a chapter before work and after, and we'll see how that goes, so that I can do 30 and 31. These are like not a lot is changing in these chapters, which is kind of like the good thing. I like the dialogue. I like the general kind of like progression where we're at. We're kind of at a point where we like lost all hope, and now we're kind of like, maybe I have a little hope. maybe I do actually have a little hope. Yeah, or I'll see how I feel after work today, if I can get another chapter done. Because I do kind of like need to run errands after work. I need to find a pitcher for the drink that I'm making, but I'm like, let me actually Amazon it. I mean, generally I am really tired when I come home from work. It's true. 72,000 and change. Yeah, I think it'll be almost 80 at the end. We will see. Either today or tomorrow I need to write a chapter after work in order to keep up with my timeline because I'm getting nervous. I don't know. Like, the funny thing is, like, the climax, obviously everyone's happy, all hope is lost. Everyone's unhappy, excuse me. Everyone's unhappy, all hope is lost. But we're coming back. We're so back. So I'm excited about it. I was getting very excited about like writing my next project. And then I got a tarot reading by my bestie. And it was like, don't start another book this summer. And I was like, okay, fine. But I do want to plan my next book because I do think I want to kind of do a pivot. And I'm not going to really get into that right now. But I do want to do a bit of a pivot. But I just love romance so much. I love it so much. And I just love how like silly and goofy this book is. And I think that like no other like form of, like, I don't know if any other like genre of book than like this YA contemporary Shakespeare retelling could be this like silly. And like, I don't know, I just really love how like like there are serious beats and moments, sure. There are some serious conversations to be had about sexuality and your place in the world. But other than that, it's a pretty silly, goofy time. And I'm like, oh, I just love it. I just love it. It's so fun to write. Today or tomorrow, gonna get another chapter done after work. Maybe today. Oh no, because I need to go to the grocery store tomorrow. Yes, it's gonna be today. It's gonna be today because tomorrow I need to go to the grocery store and start getting stuff for my dessert that I'm making for 4th of July. Oh, there's a lot of bottles of alcohol. Hi friends, it is Wednesday. I have no perception of time. I know I'm like in the same spot in all of these clips because like I've left my laptop here and I really haven't moved at all because I really like this environment. I like this space. As you know, I really like writing to kind of it doesn't have to be a view, but like to an open space rather than like against a wall, which is where my desk is at in my apartment, which is why I never sit there. I literally never sit there. But I'm on my 2nd chapter of the day and it is the morning and I do work closing today. So it's a little bit nerve-wracking to me. But I had kind of an ambition when I went into work yesterday. I was like, what if I got myself a coffee, or I made like a pot of coffee when I got home and I just cranked out the rest of this book. And that was my ambition yesterday. And then my boss made me work late. And I was like, actually no. But today is like the last day that I can work on this. Like maybe I'll have like an hour tomorrow. Like if I really need to, but I really want to say today is the day. So I'm on chapter 30 right now, I think. Chapter 31. Wow, what if I knew? What if I actually knew? I'm on chapter 31 right now, and I'm not gonna be able to finish this chapter before I go to work because I actually have to work earlier than I did yesterday. But anyway, I'm not gonna be able to finish this before I go to work, but it is going to be my mission and my hope in life that I'm going to get through to chapter 32. Don't know about the epilogue. Think about me is I haven't written this epilogue. And part of me is like, what if I just don't write it and I just give it to my friends and lovely people in my life that are gonna read it and be like, where do you think this should? Because I have a thought of where I want it to end, and I don't know if it's just like so out of left field and so whatever. I don't know if it could like just end at chapter 32. Like I don't know if it could just end there. Like, cause it's like a happy ending if it ends there. It's very happy. So that is gonna be my goal and my mission for today, is to get through the chapters and not think about the epilogue. I've already written 1.5 chapters. Well, I don't know if I'm halfway through this chapter. I've written more than 1 chapter today already. and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling motivated. I do have to go to the store after work, and I do have to work early tomorrow morning, and I do have like a bunch of other things to do in my house. But it's gonna be fine. Honestly, like I should have gotten this done yesterday, sure. Sure, I should have gotten this done yesterday. But today is the day. And if I make more coffee tonight, that might be how we have to accomplish it. Because Lord knows that when I get myself a red eye, when I get myself a little red eye, a little evening red eye, ooh, I can do anything. I can do anything. Red eyes are my new productive drink. I'm gonna work and then I'm gonna work. And that's my fucking life. But no, I'm feeling very good about this. And I think I really there's obviously like a turn, you know, there has to be like from hopeless to hopeful. You have to somehow make that transition. And I was a little bit worried about it. I was thinking about it last night. I was like, is she in the depths of despair? And then like very hopeful and excited. Is that like too quick of a shift? Because I mean, you have to get to the resolution. It's gotta be kind of somewhat quick. And I was like, is that too quick? Does it not make sense? And then that was my main point, is like, does it not make sense that she goes from this to this? And then I was writing today and I was like, no, but she actually has grown so much over the course of this book. I hate to say it, but the character development is character developing. And I think that's kind of like what I really love about this book. Maybe my last book too, like, because my first book, that's Baby Girl. But the main character's like, she's not good. She's so messy. Like, she is so like problematic at times, like genuinely problematic. And I think that she has a lot of character growth over the book. And I think that's like an enjoyable experience to read. Hopefully. POV. I just worked 8 hours. I went to the grocery store. I picked up food. I came home, it was 7:45. I ate dinner as fast as I could. Had some pineapple as my little after dinner snack. I'm like, maybe gonna throw up. It's 8 o'clock. I'm sitting down and I'm gonna finish this book. I'm hoping it's not gonna take that long because I really want to watch The Ultimatum Queer Love tonight. So I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna finish it. I'm sitting in the sunroom because it's a glorious, lovely night outside. And I'm hoping that as the sun sets, the sun will set. Stop, I wanna say something poetic. As the sun in front of me sets, the sun will set on this book. On this draft of this book, let's say. And it'll be a beautiful time, so. (9:52) on July 2nd, 2025, and I have finished the second draft of TS, my third book. I'm feeling very good about it. I didn't write the epilogue because I actually decided I don't want to do that. But this draft is now clocking in at 78,248 words. Don't even ask me how many words I've written today. But I am feeling so good about this. I'm really tired too, but I'm so happy this is done. Thank you for following me on this journey. There's so much more to come. There's so much more to come. So many more drafts, so many more things, you know? But I'm so happy this is done. Oh my God, and now people are gonna read it. People are gonna read this draft. No, I gotta look it over before someone reads it. Honestly, fuck it. Who cares? I'm sending it to my most trusted confidants. Okay, thank you guys so much for joining me on this journey of finishing this draft. I did it. right in the nick of time, might I add. And I did it all while working a full-time job. It's possible, guys. Literally, this is what I've been saying. Like, people who are like, I don't have time to write. I don't know how you have time to write. I don't know how you make time to write. I think I'm getting a pimple on my forehead. I'm getting distracted. Anyway, that is the end of this video. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this whole process. I hope to see you in all my other writing diary videos in the future. And with that being said, make sure to like, comment, subscribe to all the things, and I will see you in my next video.